Hey heroes, welcome in. Gonna throw out a spoiler warning to you right off the bat. We're covering Ironheart because the last three episodes of it came out today. And regardless of what you've been hearing all over the internet, at least what we've been hearing and seeing all over the internet, it is good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it. They really wrapped it up well. I'm excited to see what other people have to say about it though
I
going
said
forward.
it a few episodes ago, and I'm going to reiterate my statement. This is a better show than Daredevil was. I had more enjoyment watching this show than I did Daredevil. I just I hate that that's the case because Daredevil is in like my top 10 favorite
I
characters.
love Daredevil. I love Frank Castle. The scene with Frank and Daredevil is like some of the best stuff that's come out recently. I don't want to
I
agree with you.
can't agree. I can't agree with that.
Yeah.
There's moments in Daredevil that are better than the moments in this. But as like the show in its totality, I don't know, man. I had way more fun watching this. I would like to rewatch this way sooner than I'm gonna want to rewatch Daredevil. I don't know
You
if I
saying
ever want to rewatch the first
you
season of
saying
Daredevil.
that makes me want to like it initially made me want to rewatch Daredevil, but then it immediately faded. Like
No, because you
not,
remember what it
not
is, and
really.
it's just so boring.
It drags on for way too long.
But
they
all right,
yeah.
back to Ironheart. Okay, one thing that I want to make like right off the bat, is I see people. I've seen these comments of people being like, "She got all of this tech and all of this magic just to steal." Like, oh, like I can't believe that that's like the character arc that like that we're watching. One, she didn't use the magic for anything except for making him visible,
Which is a
which was
gripe.
kind of
Like,
weird.
yeah,
I
I didn't
didn't really
enjoy
like
that.
it, but that was the only thing she used it for. So she didn't use it to steal one thing, other than maybe our hearts.
Oh, got him.
You know, so like there's that, and then like, dude, the other thing that like I came to realize is why is it that when people are reacting, when I say people, I unfortunately mean like these baseless racists on the internet that are just like review bombing this. They're only taking into consideration Riri's actions when it's represent like as representation of an entire race. When there's multiple characters of that race exhibiting like a multitude of other like
Xavier was a great
characteristics.
example. We
Yep.
we talked about it in the episode one. We did an episode one for Ironheart where we watched the first episode and did an episode, so check that out. But Xavier, I talked about wanting to see more of that character
hmm
because he was introduced well, and I was personally worried we weren't going to see more of him,
Not
especially
just
with
that, but
Joe coming in.
him and Natalie are both like, "Hey, Riri, you're really doing this?" Like they're like the voice of reason. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like people are acting as if like this is a show just about like, "Hey, I have a power suit now. Let's go rob banks and pew 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 pew." Like that's what we're doing. Like
And that's
there's
not at
other people
all.
in her life that are like making her feel um like she has responsibility for her actions. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like we get to see her mom like being like like an extraordinary super mom, like while holding in her emotions, like for Riri. Like nobody is talking about like the emotional maturity that is shown by like all the like characters surrounding Riri,
Almost
and
every
they're
other
only
character.
focused on her doing
Yeah.
two heists,
To which
and
she
they're just
feels
like,
horribly bad about.
like what?
Like
They're like what? Like nope. Like I guess it's
like she
all
has
out
a
the window.
complete nervous breakdown after she let John die, who was actively trying to kill her. Someone who was actively trying to kill her. The
Same.
she didn't even let she didn't want to. She was passing out and Natalie in the suit was like, "You're more important. I don't
Yep,
give a shit
we're
about
going.
him right now.
Yep,
Like we're like it's about to lock. We don't have time." Like
yep.
and so that wasn't even a conscious decision and she still
Yeah,
had a panic attack
it's
and
just
broke
so
down over.
frustrating to me because like I don't know if it's just because it's the echo chamber, right? Because like the more we're talking about, like the more I'm seeing it. I'm just seeing it everywhere, like in all
Yeah,
my social media.
that's
Like I'm just
true. Our
like seeing
phones
it,
are hearing us
and
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 like
I'm just like I'm so sick of typing back to people that I'm just like, dude, like it hit me suddenly. Like, man, they're only focusing on the actions of Riri and like applying it to like everything, and then like not using that same scope for any other character, like
and not taking into
whatsoever.
account that with a character with a main character a hero that only makes good and right decisions, that's boring and there's nowhere to go with that.
Especially because this like Riri isn't the classic iteration of what we know as Iron Man's successor. She does not
Mhm.
feel like Iron Man's successor. It's a different take. It's a different story.
Yeah, and there are
Like
certain things like
we
one of my
gotta
biggest
swallow that
yeah,
pill. Like
yeah,
we gotta swallow that pill that like we're not getting more Tony.
yeah.
You know?
And they're making that abundantly clear, and I think it's upsetting some people. There were some
Yeah.
like really, really high points in the show. Like as far as character depth and description goes, I really, really enjoyed how they show how ambition can make people who know what's right from wrong. You can see that it's eating her up morally, and she
Hmm.
doesn't want to be working for these people. But her ambition to do better overall is
The ultimate right thing.
kind of trumping it, you know.
Hmm.
But like
Yeah.
it gives you that dichotomy that creates a
Yeah.
war between the character, and it just
100%.
makes it so much more watchable.
For
Like I don't
for
know.
me, the demon form when like when they're
Oh,
fighting and at the end, dude, and that like demon form comes out of him, I was pretty excited about that
he
because
looked
I
really
know
cool.
very little about the Hood, but I do know that
Yeah,
he has that demon form of his, and I was stoked to see. That's the
yeah,
only point, dude, where he looked good in the Hood.
yeah. But even
Like,
then, I don't know. There were moments that he looked cool, but I was like noticing that the hood just kind of looked the same, and it was just
yeah,
like flowing around
yeah.
him.
I
What
just
I
got
was
no love for this Hood.
what I was hoping to see, and you had mentioned in the first episode again that like the hood, and I couldn't because you had said that. Thanks for this, by the way. I couldn't stop seeing it. And it was just kept coming up every time he was wearing it, like with the suit over it. I was like,
Oh, I
that's the
didn't
cool.
like it, man.
I was like, that's the coolest it's looked, and it still looks bad.
Oh, I didn't
Like
like it. Yeah.
it, like that was like in my opinion the coolest it looked, and it still looked
I
really
think
bad.
the demon form gave me like so much like yes because of that. Like because like it just didn't look good.
No,
Like,
yeah.
but
I
he
was
did look
hoping
badass in
I
that
was
one.
hoping it would like seep the chaos magic as he like got more and more the
Mm,
veins started coming up. I
hmm.
was hoping it would start to become more unstable and chaotic looking,
Yeah.
and like
It
it
seemed like
was
we
in
only got a
control more.
taste too. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like
Yeah.
we got a taste of a lot of stuff. We didn't really get to see like everything. We didn't get to see all the magic capabilities of Riri's suit. We didn't get to see fully like the like Hood like
The cap
transform.
the capabilities of Riri's suit in general. We saw it for like
Hmm.
12 minutes in the last
Like we
episode.
didn't get to see like a whole lot, dude. You actually going back to that demon form fight, which was awesome, by the way.
Hmm.
Like a really good climax fight. Like I was really, really stoked about it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Girl, get you a chest beam.
What are you
What are we
doing?
doing?
How
He was
can
like
he just
ripping that
grab?
chest
Yeah.
beam like out, and I was like, blast him. Blast. Oh, she's not gonna blast. Oh, she can't blast him. Girl, what you doing? That's the thing. That's the whole thing.
Which what's ironic is that I don't know how much of that was um holographic. They got me with that.
Oh,
They
true.
got me. I
True.
was sitting there genuinely upset and typing my notes. I was writing a spilled milk actively during it. And it goes along with something we've talked about before, which is that what they keep doing in Marvel is they have a new suit appear in the very last
Yep.
episode or near the end of a show, and then it's gone. And when they see him
Yep.
again, it's a brand new suit. It's what they did
Yep.
with Falcon and the Winter Soldier and
You were
their new
harping
world.
about
I was
that.
literally like, and then I was like, oh,
They
bravo,
got me.
bravo, you got me. Like that was
I
well
don't
done.
worry though. She'll have a new suit the next
Oh
time
yeah,
we
yeah,
see
for
Riri
sure,
Williams.
for
The
sure.
next time we see Riri Williams, this is gonna be a totally new suit.
I did really enjoy that bait and switch. I did like the bait and switch as well with Mephisto and Dormammu.
I wanted to ask you. Okay, so like I knew that it wasn't Dormammu the whole time,
Yeah. See,
just
I
because
wasn't
I
sure.
heard that Sacha Baron Cohen was playing Mephisto in the show.
Oh,
So
see, I
like I
hadn't
knew
heard that.
that piece of information. So like all of
Oh,
that kind of like tension that they were trying to build up with Dormammu, I kind of just like didn't really like. I wanted to ask you though, how did you feel about our introduction to Mephisto in the MCU?
I enjoyed it. I think Sacha Baron
Did you?
Cohen is a fantastic choice
Oh,
for
me
that
too.
character. Just
With that, I'm right there with you.
yeah, no,
However, I gotta say one of the things that I it's not even that I didn't enjoy it. I liked what they did. That like diner, like how suave he was,
mhm.
like
He's
just
the
like
king of lies. He's the deceiver.
exactly right.
He's
That like manipulation that he does. Maybe it's because we're still to get it right, but like I really would have liked to see hell. I
mhm.
would have liked to see at least maybe not when Riri talks to him, but in that first moment when Hood goes to him. I would have liked to see his throne, see Mephisto as he is. You know what I mean? Like see like
Actually,
maybe
speaking of,
some like alludements to Ghost Rider, some alludements to
oh,
Blackheart, some alludements to these other
to the other
characters
entities, yeah,
that
Zarathos and
I really want to see, you know, like I guess like let me start over. In a good way, it got me lusting for more,
Mhm.
but like in that sense, like I also wanted more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Does that
that's
make
true.
sense?
And we don't know when or if we'll see him again going
Yeah.
forward. You know, it's
We
because
better because
I
Sacha
mean,
Baron
of
Cohen
course
as
we're gonna see
Mephisto.
him. Genius. But and like they wouldn't have brought him in unless he's going to be a part of it going forward. But it's gonna be here, few and far between, like Mephisto is. He's not.
Yeah.
He's got his fingers in a lot of pies, but he's not a
Mhm.
huge player. You know.
Right. I do
But
like that he mentions he's like,
did
he's like, oh yeah, I got my finger. Like everybody wants to make a deal with me.
yeah,
You know, like
he's the
I
devil.
really
Like
loved the way that like he was cutting that out.
yeah. Did you notice, speaking of the classic Mephisto, did you notice that during when he comes to Parker first and he's walking through the up to the door and we haven't seen his face yet and he's holding the door open, he says, "Are you coming?" And it flashes on him for a second. His silhouette is the classic comic book
No, I
Mephisto.
did. See,
It's
I'm gonna
go
go
back
back.
and
I'm
look.
gonna
If
go
you
back.
guys missed it, go back and look because
Damn,
it is. I was
I
gonna pause
missed
it and
that.
take a picture of it, but like it's
Nah,
literally he's
I
got the cape
missed
on.
that.
It's when he has the cloak on still and he's like it literally you see his hair, his beard, everything in silhouette. You don't actually like see it,
I
but
loved the long hair. I
yeah,
loved the way he looked. I loved the
yeah,
way he looked. I'm going to
definitely.
go back probably right after we're done with this.
Dude,
But
I highly recommend it because I was like, oh,
uh,
I wrote it down. Like,
damn, that's
uh,
awesome.
another, I really enjoyed the characters that they introduced in general. I really liked
The actors
Zelma.
did a great job.
The
Every
the
single
writing, the
person, like
acting,
the
yeah.
Hood, Riri, like you said, I really like that Zelma character too. That
Hmm.
actually brings me to a little bit of a point that it's not a spilled milk necessarily. Like it's not something I'm harping about like on the show, but like it's the MCU in general. Like, don't you feel like, and follow me here, that in the old MCU, Zelma and her involvement in this show would have been alluded to and introduced in Agatha, so that it didn't have to be introduced here. So that when we saw her here, we would be like, "Hey, like
Or at least her
Zelma,
mom, you
like
know?
right,
Or at least
exactly,
her mom, or
something,
something
something
like.
to have that connection to where we'd be like, hey,
Also, I'm pretty sure
like,
that her
hey,
mom,
remember, it matters that I watched that other thing because now this,
because now I see, and that's the
like,
point of the old
it's
school
just
MCU and how it
missing
got
for
so
me,
good.
man. It's missing for my soul.
That's a great point. I did not think of that. That's a great point, and
Mm,
I wish they would have done it now.
yeah,
Oh my goodness. But her mom was also, I think, would have been a good way, just a through line through a
yeah,
previous movie, you know, just to have her name be mentioned, you know, like
exactly.
or have her
Like I
be
said, just like any
like
sort of form of through line,
it
like they
could have been
used
like
to do.
a coven when Agatha was making her coven in
She
Agatha.
was an option.
She was an option. She could it have been a name on a
And
on
actually,
you
you
know
know, like put down in the comics if she was, and we're just stupid
yeah
and like forgot. Because that's all a high possibility, but I really don't think so. And like
that'd
it
be
should have been.
embarrassing.
Like that would
my
be embarrassing, but embarrass us if it's the truth.
I think my favorite part about that whole scene with them though was Zelma trying to palm the piece of the fucking fabric over and over, and her mom just kept stealing it back with magic, and she was like, "But mom, look over here," and you'd hear the magic going on. Like it's just her just grabbing it back over and over.
Also
I
silencing
loved
her,
it.
just
Yep,
being
yeah,
like,
and then
that'd be terrible. Can you imagine? And also like such a great power as a mom. Oh,
yeah,
they'd just be like, no, the sound of you gone.
yeah,
That would
I
be
really like
incredible, an
that.
incredible thing.
I didn't expect Kamertage to be like referenced or magic. Really, I don't know
Yeah,
why.
no,
I just didn't expect
for
it.
some reason with all the magic in it, I also didn't.
Mhm.
Like it was very very odd.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't like put it together. It
Like also
wasn't gonna
like
think.
man, now that I'm thinking like man, like Mephisto and just like Hood and everything, all of this should have been alluded to in Agatha. Like Agatha, as far as at least right now, other than Billy, it's just done nothing, and it
Yeah.
got 9 episodes. While this show, which has actually built a lot up, like
Ezekiel's
Mephisto,
Ezekiel
Hood,
Stain,
Ezekiel Stain, Ironheart, like
Xavier
all of
even.
this
Oh,
like
Natalie. We
technology
haven't
that
talked
is
about
out in the
Natalie.
world, like now,
Yeah.
like everything that this show has set up, and they did it in 6 episodes. Like, and people are complaining, like, dude, like, what are we talking about? We got 9 episodes worth of She-Hulk and Agatha and stuff that
And
have done nothing
Daredevil. Like
and
I'm into
had nothing to do. Yeah, Daredevil. Like they had, like this show had some responsibility on its shoulders to like
Hmm.
introduce a certain level of like something that's going to go on in the future. None of those other three shows had it, and they got 9 episodes. This show gets 6. Make it make sense to me,
I
Marvel.
can't. I'm sorry. I
Make it
wish
make
I
sense.
could. Yeah, no, there's a lot that's definitely like
It's not
there
to
was
say
some
that there wasn't some bad things,
exactly like there. Okay,
you know.
one more thing I wanted to touch on. I really enjoyed like I liked Ezekiel. I liked the concept of her kind of
Me too.
creating a villain of
Me too.
for herself by
Hmm.
like screwing someone over.
They did it so
Um,
quick. They did it so well, so quick. It's
and
crazy.
yeah, but then like going to one of my gripes about it, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, is that they even say at the end he has millions of dollars worth of weaponry in his body, and he lightning bolts out of his fingers.
Man, I didn't
Like,
like it. I'm glad you brought it up.
lightning bolt,
I'm glad you brought it
lightning
up.
bolt.
I decided to like stick my harping on like the hood and his looks, but like, dude, yes, like, thank you, yes. Why didn't they
Yeah,
give him his suit? Like, I didn't know a lot about him from the comics, so I looked it up. I saw he has like a weird suit. Like they
same. Yeah.
alluded to him coming back, so I'm sure he'll get a form of a suit.
Hmm.
Bro, he looked so bad. Like it looked so dumb. Shooting lightning on his fingers, like the attitude he was exhibiting. Oh, I didn't like it at all. Oh,
Okay,
I
so
hated it because I liked him as a character.
I will say
Ah.
I did like when he was like fighting Riri and not wanting to fight people when he was hurting people and not wanting to hurt them. I found that humorous when he was like beating the shit out of those dudes. Like, I'm so sorry, I can't stop. Like,
Well,
and he's like
that sure,
murdering
but like
people.
against Riri, like when he just had like
Yeah,
it was him himself and his like power lust. He was just like, oh,
yeah.
I didn't understand my dad's desire for power until now I have. So. I don't
And it's
like it, man.
like
I don't like it.
it wouldn't have hit me. It wouldn't have rubbed me so wrong, the wrong way so bad if right at the end they didn't make a point to say he has millions of dollars
Yeah,
of weaponry in him, and like,
yeah.
what did you use it for then? Like, what? I don't know.
Also, this brings me to another actually point before we wrap it up. That he really messes up her first suit with lightning, destroys her because
Mhm,
right, and then
mhm.
she makes a whole new suit with the intention to go fight the Hood. Got a new suit, got to make it magical, got to fight. My intention is to fight. Doesn't have a chest reactor, right? Doesn't even have reactors at all. Doesn't really use it at least. And she's still susceptible to lightning. He still fucks her up with the lightning.
Like, for reference, Whiplash in Iron Man 2 shuts Iron Man's suit down one time, and Tony is like, never again. I'm gonna absorb power
The
now.
next time he gets hit by lightning, it charges his suit beyond 100% by Thor.
Yeah.
Like it literally goes like I got hit by lightning and it demolished my suit. To now it will charge me beyond my capabilities.
Mhm.
Like, man, I
Felt
feel
like a
like
missed
they missed an
opportunity.
opportunity to just like
Hmm.
boom, like
To
right
make
out
that
like
allegory, to make that Tony
that
Riri allegory, that
beautiful like
connection.
this girl has got it from here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they have the same mind, the fixer's mind. Like, you know what I mean? Like that
Which
just
to be
was like a
fair, it could
horrible missed opportunity for me.
like they did show it in a way with the magic of like, okay, like she's willing to go a little bit farther
It's true.
beyond to try and figure things out, but she's not quite there yet. That's the only defense I can think of it, is that like she still has some
Speaking of the
places to
magic,
grow.
actually, one
But
more thing before we go. Girl, girl, look, no, you did not. This man literally looked you in the face and said, I'm the devil.
I'm the literal Lord of Lies. I'm
Would
the
you
great
like to
deceiver.
make a deal? And she goes, yep.
I'm one of the smartest human beings on the planet. Got
Dog.
it.
The way that
That's my last
I
note
thought
is
the
I
whole
don't know,
time that they were
man.
like, oh no, she
I don't
said no
know.
and figured it out anyway. She said no and figured it out anyway. Because that's the whole thing, the whole
Mhm.
show. She's like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna
'Cause I
figure it out
can.
regardless because I can. And then didn't, bruh, the devil. He's like, it's the devil. He says when she says like, "Oh, you're Dormammu, huh?" He's like, "Oh, Dormammu licks the like underboot of my sphincter, girl," and she's like, "Yeah, you're the guy."
Oh, I'll make a deal with you. That sounds better then.
Ah. My
Oh,
only silver lining of that is I'm hoping that that's what's going to introduce the like Midnight Suns. You know that she's going to need
oh,
help getting out of this deal with
yeah.
Mephisto. There's going to be these characters that are going to maybe help her out.
I really
Uh,
like that. I really do like that.
But
Mm.
what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's definitely like, I don't know. That was the most confusing part. Like I was like all in it, and then the very end I was like my face dropped. I was like,
Me
why?
too. I was like, you
Like,
didn't like.
that might be like the worst, like part of it was that ending, which is a
But
bad
I guess
thing
it's
to end
good,
on.
like they got a reaction.
That's true.
They
That's
got a
true.
reaction. They have
That's
a
true.
story to tell clearly,
Yeah, I think
and
my favorite part, overall, besides just the characters in general, was the suit and the way it autonomously worked without her. Like when it was stagnant, it
yes,
wasn't so great,
agreed.
but in motion, in action scenes,
Yeah.
when it bursts out of the truck and grabs her and
Oh,
she
that was
like
sick.
flips around,
Yeah.
that was one of the coolest MCU
Yeah.
scenes we've
I
seen in
feel
a
like
while.
in that's one of the senses that she took something that Tony was doing and she perfected it. Right? Like
Hmm.
Tony like started that automated like Sentinel suit,
Yeah,
right?
where it
But
comes in,
it was clunky,
pieces.
and
Yeah,
it like
and
would attack him and like do things like that. Like she really dialed that in and like had that like perfected. Like that was
instantly.
really really
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know. There was a lot of really really good. There was some bad parts that
Mm.
we talked about,
Like
but
with anything,
I think overall this was a really well done Marvel project. One of the better Phase 5 MCU projects for sure.
better
Like,
than Secret Invasion, 100%, which was
mm,
semi recent. What's the other one before Daredevil that came out that I can't think
uh,
of? I don't know. Better than Daredevil? In my opinion, come at me. Yes. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So like did it have problems? Sure, but like I don't know what do we want? I don't know like what more we can ask for a
yeah.
six
Like
episode
it's never gonna be perfect. There's always gonna be stuff that either we wished we saw, we
yeah.
wished wasn't in
Do
there.
do I want everything that gets dropped to be this like 10 out of 10 like oh my god, like absolute banger, like absolutely. But like
It's
I'm
just not
also a
it's not
realistic person.
possible because if we keep getting that, then the 10 out of 10s become 7 out of 10s,
Exactly
and
right.
and now they raise the bar even more and more and more. And I do understand from a
That's how
business
we're in this
standpoint.
problem.
Yeah, like I do understand from a business standpoint, Disney wanting to almost lower the expectations so that when they do put out these massive tentpole projects like Doomsday, people aren't going to just shit on it because it's not as
uh,
good as everything that's been before, you
Please
know?
let Doomsday like make that a true statement. Don't let
I
us down.
I hope beyond hope. Well,
But
let
yeah,
us let
you
us
guys,
know, guys.
please let us know if you enjoyed Ironheart. Most of all, like we need to get the right people talking about this show because there are the wrong people talking about it that have clearly not seen an episode of it, or damn
or,
sure
or
have not seen
or
all
I've seen
six.
just the first
Like
episode. Yeah.
damn sure have not seen all six. So like we need the right people to be bolstering good things, right? So like let's get in the comments, let's get out there, share this please with your friends, with your kids, with your families. We're trying to talk to everybody out here.
Yes, give us a subscribe at Hosts4Hire podcast, Hosts4Hire with the number 4 podcast on all socials. Let's elevate this business. Let's try and get the good reviews out there, get the review bombers shut down,
Shut them down.
just so that we can just get better stuff. Well, we do we
Yeah.
do appreciate you guys stopping by, and we will catch you with the next episode.
Peace.